rid of that. All right. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. I had to laugh just now because somebody said, you sound like you were saying morning thoughts. They said that a long time ago, but it actually sounded like I just said morning thoughts. Anybody in here thoughting this morning? Someone don't even know what thoughts mean. Morning, go ask your picnic them or your grand picnic them. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the garbage truck driver them. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person. Got your foot on the ground this morning, your feet, and you're up and out, progressive and productive and ready to get something for yourself for the day. Because we're not sitting around begging and depending on anybody for anything. We work hard for what we want, right? And by the sweat of a man's brow, so shall he eat bread. May I laugh because the thoughts thing, let me take off them glasses at first because I haven't worn the circle ones in a while. They look weird. They are blockers for lights. Anyhow, here, we never get much sleep last night, neither, but hear this. I'm laughing because the thoughts thing, if you're past a certain age and they're still calling you a thought, then that's rough. You out here thoughting that I'm thoughting that 40, I'm thoughting that 35, I'm thoughting you gotta give it up at some point. But hey, to each his own, man. We all have one life to live. If you feel like thoughting at 75, then hey, thought on. Thoughts. Me have to laugh. I got some ginger tea in my cup this morning. That's what's in my cup. And we're going to get into some talk. Let me put these glasses back on. Shield my eyes. There's a lot to unpack this morning, people. Jamaica records 99 multiple murders. 99 multiple murders. Before I even go further with that, there's, again, one loose female that's over on IG that came for me, and she is inviting people over to my channel to see that I'm the type of person that I just wait for someone to get killed in Jamaica, and then I do a story on it, and that's how I make my money. And you know, these weird ass people, you know, YouTube don't find these content pleasurable, monetizable, advertiser friendly, it's called, for content creators. So these people with this loose idea seem to not hear me when I say that this was a cause that I chose to champion myself, because I don't think that this should be happening and nobody is speaking about it. We're getting murdered off and no one is speaking about it. And then when you do speak about it, your own people say, oh, you're doing it for money. So I guess if we go quiet because them say we do it for money and nobody else speaks about it, then we'll just be murdered in silence. And we'll be murdered in silence for decades and decades and decades. For what? Why? Somebody got to speak about it. Also, I'm going to go pretty deep on the, there's a story here about a deportee. A deportee. I put Dashwe, him sister. A lot of people don't know that. Funny again. Anytime you pioneer something, just expect to get a beating for it before everybody else take what you came up with and then start using it. So I was the one that came up with the word Dashwe. So anytime you see any vlogger using Dashwe, just know say me do that. But I came under heavy scrutiny for using the word Dashwe. It's to show how little you think of your own people. You really hear Jamaican people, you know, you said Dashwe anytime them dead, but when you talk about anybody else, people dead in America, you say they died or you say they were killed and all that. So I had to explain to these people, like, I used Dashwe in the title because YouTube algorithms did not recognize Dashwe as murder. Therefore, they wouldn't rank your videos so low. When you do these kind of videos, your videos are automatically ranked low by YouTube. That's why you see people choose to go into more stuff like comedy, right? And comedy skits and stuff like that. Those things are always monetizable, always marketable. For future content creators out there, cooking, If you're a good cook and you're consistent with your content, that's another avenue to go where you can make money. I'm telling you how to get money on YouTube. It's a wide open platform, right? You just have to have your head on and not be lazy, because it takes a lot of work to get that channel up and running. Anybody could attest to you. But once you put that work in, you could get it. So we were using that to trick it. But my own people, again, was just bare fire shots at me. So I stopped using it, right? Not because I really cared about what they were saying. It's because I actually found it distasteful myself. But at the same time, I explained that that's exactly what was happening. When you walk upon somebody and just full them up a gunshot, or when you them at that time when I started using it, they were kidnapping a lot of females in Jamaica and they were being found. And I was getting all the pictures. Of course, SouFLoTV, them send the picture, them come, and we used to put the pictures in the chat room. I remember seeing one girl, I don't know why they did that to her. Graphic description, if you're not ready, then put your ears somewhere else. Warning, about to give you a graphic description. I remember somebody sent me, I'll never forget this picture. She was beautiful, dark skin, had her hair in braids. She had on a green outfit, which looked like a dress. When they found her, she was sexually assaulted. Whoever took her to the bushes not only slit her throat, but they opened her legs wide. They took a bamboo stick that was, I'm 6'5". They took a bamboo stick that was taller than me, longer than 6'5", and rammed it all the way up in her vagina, into her intestine, all the way up, right? This kind of stuff was happening. And just leave people daughter in the bushes like that. That's dashway. She got dashway like garbage. That's how you discard of garbage. So I started using that to grab people's attention, like people are getting dashway like garbage. That's why I used it. Of course, after I stopped using it, I started seeing all these videos pop up on YouTube. Slapway, dashway, dashway. I'm like, these are the same people that were cussing me saying I shouldn't use it. Now they are tuning into all the channels that do use it. But it's all good. It's all good. End of the day, the goal is to get the world to pay attention to what is going on, right? Jamaica is a beautiful place, vibrant culture, beautiful people, lots of love still there. But in the undercurrent, it's also hell on earth for a lot of people. It's heaven on earth for a lot of people. It's hell on earth for a lot of people too. And a lot of those people that it's hell on earth for, they really don't have a voice. So the world don't hear them when they cry. So when you get a platform, I say, make me highlight this morning, it's actually a labor of love and a sacrifice, because I get nothing out of that. Matter of fact, my stuff is going to get ranked low. I'm jeopardizing my channel, doing all that other stuff. If I was really chasing money, I would stick to cooking, I would stick to family vlogs, and I would stick to comedy stuff, and I would stick to that kind of material. I know what to do to get the money at this point. I've been on YouTube long enough now, and I've worked this out, trial and error, right? So I know what works and I know what doesn't work. But anyways, at the end of the day, we're going to talk about this Deportee Dashway's sister again. And a story I really wanted to get into yesterday, but we didn't have enough time because we did the Donnelly Donaldson story, was the 12-year-old that took his own life. In a Jamaica, when them say, take your 3 points, took his own 3 points. Your 3 points is your life, right? So you guard your life. You hear a man in Jamaica say, I'm putting y'all onto the lingo as well. Somehow no, haven't been to Jamaica and God knows how long, and don't associate with Jamaican people so much, especially the younger generation. So you might touch down or be in a certain area and you hear certain talk. I want you to know what it means, right? So when you hear somebody say, yo, me now give up my 3 points so easy, or no boy can't take my 3 points so easy, or you have to protect your 3 points. Don't just sit there and go 3 points. I wonder what 3 points them I talk about. It's your life, right? So if you see a title that says, man took his own 3 points, it means he took his life. Police took bad man 3 points. Police killed the bad man. Something like that, all right? In context. Those are the 3 stories that we're going to be talking about this morning. And yeah, let me big up some people that are in here. I have a picture of the lady, actually, that was from This Is a Blast. Somebody might know her in here. She look like one of Shakira family member them, but somebody might know her in here. I'm not too sure if she is. That's her right there, right? So we're gonna talk about her whole story as well as whoever else. I'm big up some people this morning for being here. So Flo, you are a trendsetter, everybody, and brother, have good morning show now. That's cool, but they better give you your flowers. Vicky, they're not. Nobody's gonna give us our flowers, especially our Jamaican people. And I don't want none like that because that that take away your energy trying to worry about who are gonna give you flowers and who not give you flowers. In this life, you better learn to pat yourself on your shoulder. You better learn to be your own biggest cheerleader, and you better learn to. I'm a self-starter and a go-getter. And all thanks to the U.S. Army Infantry. It teaches us to just move like a robot when it's time to move. Mission focused and nothing comes in the way, right? So I don't really need people, oh, he did it first or whatever. If them want to do that, I appreciate it. But I don't expect it from them. I've had one vlogger contact me to say, and he was very disrespectful at first. You don't know if I make thumbnail. Where your teeth, me picture them and make thumbnail for. I said, you stole my stuff and I could point it out. So let me give you a little FYI. Google Pics has all kinds of pictures on there. So if you're going to make a thumbnail for a video, watermark the thumbnail. Because if you don't watermark it, it's a free picture. All right. You didn't copyright it. It's just a free picture. You're grabbing other people's picture to make one picture, a new picture. So for instance, I'm doing a story on the Prime Minister of Jamaica and Vybz Kartel. I would go look for a picture of Vybz Kartel and a picture of the Prime Minister. I would put both of them on the same thing. I would choose a nice background that has something to do with the story I'm speaking of. Maybe it's murders on the rise or something. So you would see yellow tape and all that in the background. The minute you see that picture, the icon, I'm giving you jewels. For those of you who want to start, the minute you see that icon should say to you, okay, I have a good idea what this video is about, what he's talking about. I mean, did I do that? And I saw them stuff. The same person who contacted me to say I took his stuff is the same person. So at the end of the day, I don't know if he did apologize or whatever, but that's how my people are. They'll never say, I got it from him. They'll always make it seem like I did that first. Everybody follow me kind of thing. But that's their business, whatever. I give credit where credit is due, though. And that's just me as a person. See? Plus, me so sensitive. I don't want nobody ever be like, yeah, I'm teeth, me things. And it's true. People can always talk about you, but don't let what people are saying about you be actually true. See, it's one thing for people to talk about you, right? And you have like it just roll off your back because you don't care, because you know you, and what they're saying is not you. What you think of me is not my issue. It's not my problem. It's your problem. You're thinking that of me, so you have to deal with that in your mental space. What I don't want, and what anybody shouldn't want, is for when people think foul of you, that the foul thoughts are actually true. That part. He's a big bum, lazy, nasty, low hygiene, uncaring person. The man have picked me out there where him don't even care about him. Don't care about none of them kids them. Him picking them a suffer him, this, him, that, him, the other. You can't say none of that about me. And if you do, I don't care because I know it's not true. Right? So that's the thing for me. Anyhow, Asarin Odetta, good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. Big up yourself. Maxine, good as gold. Thank you for being here. Rosalind Michael is in the building this morning. Says good morning, SouFlo, and everyone. It's almost the weekend. We're at Thursday. Yesterday was hump day, and we're over the hump now. One more to go, right? Richie Shiva is here. Big up yourself. Soji 819 in the building this morning. Denzel Gale is here. Kai Tai Jai Empress, my sister Ndaya. Audrey Wright. There's one person who I haven't seen in a while. Can't remember the name. I hope she's doing all right, though. Audrey Wright's in the building this morning. Mr. Article Dan there. Prelis 123 is here this morning. Wayne Nathan is here. Marilyn Grant's in the building. Senior Sexy there. Mervyn the Point Jamaica Kerr says, hail all family. Brummel Wright is who I was going to talk about. I was saying, Brummel, there you are. All right. Good morning, family. Thank you for being here. Says, good morning, my morning thoughts, family. She's here. All right. Soldier 819 there. Ricky Reed is in the building. Unstoppable Josh is here. Unstoppable Josh, big up yourself. June O'Brien is here. Asarin Odetta is here. Kaz Robinson is here. Charma D Star is here. Debbie Jervis is in the building. Thank you for being here. BM there, Stacey and Williams there, Janet Stewart there. People, when we said there, it means you're here, right? Lady J is in the building. King Biggs, morning fam. And yeah, Ricky Reed there. Thank you for being here, Ricky Reed. Big up yourself. Vicky Victory, Jane Ander is here. Lulu Ridges is in the building this morning. Elaine Brown, Karen Glass is here. Thank you for being here. Nicola Coleman, thank you for being here. Donna Davis, Devin Gale is in the building this morning. Says good morning, SouFLo family and friends. Marilyn Grant is in the building this morning. Stash, main one. DR is here. Abuse Insight with Delian Salmon is in the building this morning. Annette Henry is here this morning. Sean Cassell, big up yourself and thank you for being here. Annette Henry, thank you for being here too. All right. Roxanne McIntosh is in the building this morning. Abuse Insight with Delian Salmon says, you are right, SouFLo. I did a thumbnail recently and YouTube blocked it because of the words I used. But when I changed it, it was okay with YouTube. So yeah, you know, I was going to do a master class, right? Honestly, check it. The game is to be sold, not to be told. And you do a lot of free stuff for people and give them a lot of jewels, and they don't even reach around to say thank you. They don't even reach around to say, all right, boss. Nothing. They run off and act like they created it all themselves. So I was thinking how to monetize the class, the master class, so I get paid for it, because I didn't learn how to do all the stuff that I know how to do, especially concerning like YouTube algorithms and how to post your video the proper way and all these things. And you know, enough more stuff behind the scenes I won't even mention or tip on here, but may have to get something out tight, point blank period. So, you know, everything ain't for free. And I'm trying to figure out how to monetize that. And once I do, then I'll drop some stuff that can benefit others as well. Sharon Ingram, Brick House in the building, and Nadia Walters is here. Good morning, SouFLo, and I hope you and the family are well. All right. You're absolutely right. If you do the wrong icon, YouTube is not going to find it friendly. It has to be friendly, as in advertiser friendly. YouTube has changed. YouTube is no longer the YouTube that allow you to put up everything or anything. One time gone, you know, people used to do shocking icons. Like when you look on the icon, you click on the video and try watch it right away. And that's where clickbait came from. Because they knew that a shocking icon would get you to click. So they used to do icon with like man head chop off or the knife stuck in the side of a neck or something. And people are like, oh my God, what's this? And they'll click and there'll be nothing about that. But by the time, you know, 1 million people done already sat on the video long enough to say, well, maybe it's in here somewhere. Let's see where it's going, and it's not there, you know? So that was clickbait. And then YouTube also started beating people for clickbait. So it's a whole thing that you have to learn, a whole process. But now you can't even put those up. You put up something like that, it won't fly. And if it fly for first 24, 48 hours, it won't be up after that. And you definitely won't get it monetized. So you're wasting your time actually doing it just to put it up there, right? It's like going to work, clocking in, you work at 8 hours, Monday to Friday. At the end of the week, you get no paycheck. Nobody wants to do that. All right. Abuse Insights with Delian Salmon says, I'm your first student. All right. When I'm ready and when it jumps off, then I hope you're there and I hope you take all that knowledge and help yourself. All right. Jamaica records 99 multiple murders. This is highly concerning for me because somebody said recently, move on, go. Only they are foreign, where mass shootings happen all the time. Jamaica don't have mass shootings. A one man know who him I deal with, I'm gonna kill that one man there. Or, you know, that these kind of things happen, like individual one-on-one and domestic issues and so on and so forth. Jamaica don't have any well, you know Jamaica. You know we in the red, everything. So if it's good, we're there and we're at the top. If it's bad, we're there and we're at the top. All right. Jamaica has recorded 99 multiple murders to date. 99 in this year alone. So is this now a trend? It's trending. Here's the report, because some other numbers in here that I think you need to pay attention to. Remember, after we go through this, we still have the Deportee and his sister situation to go through. And then we also have the 12-year-old. The 12-year-old one is going to get very deep, because I'm going to talk about moms and mothers and women and relationships and all that. And trigger warning first. But hey, I'm going to air it out. Noting that 99 reported incidents of mass shootings so far this year. Police Commissioner Anthony Anderson, General Major Anthony Anderson, said that safety of Jamaicans is under serious threat by criminals. So how come when the commissioner said that, everybody agree? But when me say it, me no like Jamaica. When me say it, I'm on here try and make off away. When me say it, it's a different thing. But when he says it, it's front page and it's accepted. The man says the safety of normal Jamaicans is under serious threat by criminals. 99 multiple killings so far. Unlike the police, who are constrained with the use of lethal force, when bystanders are around, these criminals couldn't care less who they kill or hurt. See, this is not a good thing to know, because I was pushing the narrative before that usually when you get hurt in Jamaica is something that have to do with something, right? The farthest extent of that is your family members are mixed up in stuff, so it might come back to you. Because we have a thing in Jamaica that's called, if you can't catch Quacker, you catch him shot, or him shoes, or any part-time where you can't catch. So with that said, it could happen that way. Far-fetched. The other way is you are chilling with your family members. Let's be honest, most of us, we're not there 365 days out of the year. I wouldn't dip on the road, but we do visit often. A lot of us do. And you always want to be safe. And that was how this started out in the first place, to keep us who are overseas abreast of what's going on at home, how the place are run, so you know how to move when you reach another place. So you don't go down there, go take out your big umbrella because you want to block sunshine, because your skin is so cool and you're sensitive to the heat, and you look like a big tourist and you're twinging and twanging, and all these things, and you pull out big wads of US dollars in public places for pay for everything, and these things. It's just to get you to be safe when you get home. So here he is telling us that when these criminals come and they might shoot the place, it's now proven that they don't give a damn who's there. So you could very well get caught in the crossfire, right, of some strange event that has nothing to do with you. You're just here, you're just home visiting. Yes, I'm going to go up on the road, go check the jerk chicken, man, because I see the pan out there. I see the drum of smoke. Long time I don't have some authentic jerk chicken. Not for we not foreign jerk chicken in your oven. That's not jerk chicken, that's baked chicken with jerk sauce. So you're home where chicken is actually being jerked. You want to experience them thing there, and you could just walk out of your gate and get clap up. All right, they don't care anymore, is what he is saying. These criminals nowadays, they could care less who they kill or hurt. Our investigations have also revealed that in several of these incidents, there are multiple intended targets, and some who seem to be innocent bystanders are actually associated with those targets. That's another one. The last one was the best dress football game. It was supposed to be a fun day for a huge company in Jamaica, and it ended up in a shooting incident with multiple murders, to include the girlfriend of one of the guys who was actually the target. So that's the type of scenario that Major General Anthony Anderson is speaking of right here when he says some of these seem to be, some innocent bystanders are actually associated with those targets. When you go to Jamaica, right, know who you're hanging around. Know what your family members are into. I'm kind of a lone wolf, right? I'm kind of a lone wolf. You, please know, because People might not tell you their stuff, and you might get caught up. You might think it's an innocent day to go out and have fun, and somebody will hunt your cousin that's driving you around. And you think, I just haven't seen cousin a long time and I'm having a good time and all this stuff. So be careful. Mobile One, Pat, thank you. I appreciate you. All right. So several incidents, multiple targets, and some seem to have been innocent bystanders are actually associated with those targets, Anderson said during the police monthly virtual press conference in St. Andrew. We are saying that if you are associated with or you are related to gunmen, then you are at great risk of in a long time. Me are telling you that though. You see these things that I've been saying for so long. It's nice to see bigger heads now taking them on and saying them the way I've said them in the past. You could go dig up old videos of me back when they were saying I hate Jamaica so much, right? We are saying that if you are associated with or if you are related to gunmen, then you are at a greater risk of becoming a victim to gun violence, warned Major General Anthony Anderson. He said that the shootings have resulted in the deaths of 218 people so far, of which 39 of them were recorded just last month alone. In September alone, we have had 19 incidents of multiple murders, 18 double murders, and a triple murder. That's wow. I don't know if these numbers don't alarm you, but they alarm the hell out of me. 218 people from multiple shootings. Multiple shooting is where a shooting occurred and multiple people were killed at the same time. 218 so far. 39 of those were recorded just last month alone. In September alone, we had 19 of these incidents, 19 multiple murders, 18 double murders, and a triple murder. That's in September alone. We just start October. We just left September. However, Anderson vowed that the police will continue to push back against criminality. In recent weeks, a joint police military operation entitled Operations Relentless Part 2 was launched in a bid to take on criminals in a more efficient manner. They're trying. The Jamaica Constabulary Force said that it has seized more than 20 illegal firearms within the first 8 days of the multiple agency operation. Additionally, the operation has seen the arrest of 106 persons who are alleged to be involved in criminal activities, including murders. Well, I'm not too go, but I don't really go with that number, that 106 arrested, because I've seen before where ZOSO, Zone of Special Operations, and SOE, State of Emergency, got put in place, and them just go around and just creep up, and then they put it on front page, 106 in custody, and then 2 months or 3 months later, 106 quietly released. Not one of them people there was charged for nothing, that's stuck. So all you have now is 106 man with Bex because they spent 30, 60, 90 days locked up with no explanation other than a state of emergency are going. Can lock you up and hold you under this. That needs to change. Anyhow, Anderson said that between January 1st and September 30th, which is a few days ago, the police has recorded 518 illegal weapons. From the beginning of the year until the end of September, they have found 518 illegal weapons recorded, which represents an 11% increase over the corresponding year. So in 2021, they found 11% less guns than they did this year. If that's not a sign that things are not getting better, I don't know what is. The numbers don't lie. 1 + 1 can only equal 2, unless you know some other kind of maths I don't know. The guns have been the weapons of choice in 84% of the murders and 79% of the robberies that were committed for more than a decade. In 84% of murders in Jamaica, a gun was used. 79% of robberies in Jamaica, a gun was used. This is demographics. This is statistics, numbers compiled over a decade period. So in the last decade, that's how it goes. According to the police, Richie Shivers, you take me off of my serious stuff. Here, Richie, you know, but 1 + 1 = 3 if you don't pull out. My grandmother. You see, Jamaican people though, Caribbean people though. You know? You're right. You're right. It could even equal more. Can you mess around and get twins, not true? Quadruplet, sextuplets, octa. Oi! You see? And this is why I love my people. Because we're just different. We're just different. You understand? We're just different. Anyhow, hear this now. According to the police, here's a number for you now. 1,171 persons have been killed between January 1st and October 1st. Rotted boy. The man said if you don't pull out the 1 + 1 = 3. So you know a different maths then. Okay, all right, sir. I give that one to you. You win. It's better him say we don't know what to do. Tell says better him say we don't know what to do. Them a try a thing, tells. Them a try. They're trying. I'll give them effort for trying, but they're trying the same thing over and over. That's the thing. And not now come out of it. You hear the numbers what we hit now for the year? 1,700. I mean, not 1,700, sorry. Scratch that. 1,171 Jamaicans have been murdered from January 1st to October 1st. From January 1st to October 1st. October 1st was 5 days ago. Today is the 6th. From January 1st to October 1st, 1,171 Jamaicans have been murdered. 1,100. You hear that number? If somebody give me $1,100 right now, me da happy like picnic when time holiday start from school. 1,100 from January 1st to October 1st. We still have the rest of October to go. We still have November to go. We still have December to go. Go back and look what I said at the beginning of the year. Wow. 1,171 persons have been killed between January 1st and October 1st of 2022. This is 86 more when compared to the corresponding year. This time, 2021, 86 less people were killed. So again, you see an increase in illegal weapons, influx, an increase in the amount of illegal weapons taken off the street in corresponding period, a huge increase in double and triple murders, a huge increase, 86 more corresponding in the amount of people being killed in the amount of time. So if me come on, me say things now get no better, how can you say I hate Jamaica? How can you say you never have nothing good to say yet? I'm going off numbers. I always have good stuff to say. Jamaica is my paradise, even in the gunshot sitting. But how can you say things are getting better when we're looking at numbers like these, right? And again, we still have the whole of October to go because this number, 1,171, is only till October 1st. So that means they didn't record October 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and today yet. And we still have the rest of October, we still have November, and we still have December to go. If you know anything about Jamaica, now I've been doing this for 7 years. If you know anything about Jamaica, trending numbers, anytime it come around the holiday season, I don't know what. I don't know if the killer them get extra excited. I don't know if it's a good time to catch people because them relax. I don't know if people are look money to go buy them family Christmas gifts and all. I don't know what it is, but every year the numbers rapidly increase between the end of November to the end of December. So again, watch and see. I put a number out at the beginning of this year. We already passed it. 1,171 passed the number that I put out this year. We steadily do over 1,000 every year. And again, for those of you who don't like to hear me mention Vibes Cartel name, when you blame one person, right? This is the man that's responsible. Okay, it's been a decade and a year, 11 years in behind bars. And for 11 years, we have had a steady increase in murders. I can't him. It's something else. That's just me reasoning with some intelligence, right? If you say SouFlo is committing all the murders around here and you lock me up, put me away, and your murder rate just climbs up for like a whole decade straight, doesn't that show you that I'm not the problem? Anyhow, that's where we stand right now. That's the problem. What the solution is, Operation Chaos says all this chaos and madness going on while the government is on a sensitization gunman tour for the new 15-year gun laws. So they have new laws coming in. And the new law says that if you're caught with an illegal gun in Jamaica, I think I need to know this. If you're caught with an illegal gun in Jamaica, I think 15 is the minimum where they will start your sentencing at. Now, other factors will factor in. If you're caught with an illegal gun that you used in a crime, of course, the years go up way more. If you're caught with an illegal gun that you used to kill somebody with, of course, the years go up way more, right? But they're trying to put something in there where I believe it's 15 at a minimum. That means when you go before the judge's hands will be tied. The judge will no longer be able to say, a good you to know. He never killed nobody with it, and he's very remorseful. He admitted right away that he did it. Let's give him a 4 years. Good behavior. He could probably be out in 2.5 to 3. That kind of stuff. No, the minimum the judge will be able to give you is 15 off the back, and you have to do every bit of the 15. So they're working on new stuff to try to scare people, I guess, into saying, I don't want a gun. Problem. Solution. Here's the solution. Our Prime Minister, our Commissioner, and our Minister of National Security, they still fail to recognize that the FLA needs to be overhauled. Period. The FLA needs to be overhauled. They need to free up the gun them in the country, actually. Because apparently, whatever means the illegal guns are coming in through, they have no control over that. So what that tells me is those who want an illegal gun for illegal activities, they will always be armed to the teeth. Meanwhile, you're putting these laws in place. Those laws are only scaring law-abiding citizens. So you're essentially stripping the law-abiding citizens that your FLA is giving some dusty reason why they can't have a weapon to protect themselves, even though they have no criminal record, no history of any criminal record, and they've proven that throughout my whole life, from working age until however I am now, I've never been in trouble with the law. A law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, so on and so forth. So this new law is only going to scare those who would carry just to protect themselves. Even they now are going to be disarmed, which is what the law is doing. It's going to disarm the citizens. It's not going to disarm gunman, because gunman don't even care about the law. No. We started this off by telling you straight from him, Major General Anthony Anderson, that when them come to shoot up the place, them don't care. They don't care who's there and they don't care who get hit. So why you think they would care about how much y'all gonna give them if you catch them with them gun? That's only to scare. So they gotta fix that. And once them fix that, then we'll have something going on, right? Again, I have to say, some people said don't compare SouFLo. You can't compare Jamaica to the state of Florida. I'm not comparing numbers. I'm comparing a scenario, a situation. Like, I just went. I'm a lover of guns, if you don't know that. And I'm an advocate for guns, if you don't know that. I just purchased a AR-15 with a 100-round drum on it, right? I don't know. Might be preparing for war. Maybe just I feel like if shit hit the fan, I want to find it and breeze out the place. I don't know. But the ease with which I was able to purchase it, it should be the same ease in Jamaica. My background was thoroughly checked, right, and verified. I hold a permit. That's it. And it don't take years. And in Jamaica, the FLA, if they say no to you, you have to wait another 2 years before you can actually reapply. So when you say no to me now, me have to go duck gunman now for next 2 years. My life in danger. Me know which part me live. I know the routes I have to travel to go to work, to conduct business, to make a living for my family, etc. I know that people are dying on them damn same roads. So when you tell me no now, after I put my best foot forward, I have to wait another 2 years before I can come back and beg you again. Please give me something so I can help myself in case something happen. That's foolishness. That's foolishness. I walked right into that gun store. And I've been doing it since I was 18 years old. I told you all that. I carried an illegal gun, and these are the people I'm sorry for. Because some people come on social media and everybody is on their soapbox, right? Everybody is holier than thou art, right? Yes, if you catch him with it, I don't business. 15 years minimum. Nobody know if you have no gun. You said that until you live there. And you can get one legally, even though you are a law-abiding, tax-paying citizen, and you see gunman, I walk past your gate every day and show you gun finger. Now you can talk. You understand? So it's a whole different world when you put yourself in people's shoes than when you sit from the outside and act like you're all high and mighty, holier than thou art. This is disarming good people. I didn't want to carry a gun to hurt nobody. I wanted to carry a gun to save my life in the event I had to. And I never hurt anybody with it. Well, I was so young, I almost shoot my brother with it accidentally. Because the first day I get it, I told you the story before. I was trying to show it to him. You know, rest in peace, he's not here anymore. But I was trying to show it to him. And I was like, Jim, look here. And he was like, move that, man. Why you pointing for me? So, like, what? Suppose it loaded. I said, no, man, it not loaded. Me just get it. Bow! And it went off in my mother's house. My mom wasn't home. The person that sold it to me with one in the chamber. I didn't even know it. I carried that thing around until I was 18. And then when I was 18, soon as I hit 18, I made sure I got one. I stashed it, bought my plane ticket, left the US, went to the UK, all that other stuff. But I had one. And when I came back, I modified it and did all kind of something and then got more. So, and it wasn't hard. Walked right in. They did a background check. I have no criminal record. I have the right to protect myself and I have the right to protect my family and my life, period. Nobody has the right to tell you, well, you see, you don't live in a dangerous area. I don't really think so your life could be in danger. And you don't show me enough evidence that your life is in danger. What you want the people to show you? You want them to come show your gunshot wound? Yeah, look, FLA, a man shot after me the other day and it got through your son, come out here, so and you know, kill my brother around there, so too, and them after my family, and it, like, who do you? When does the excuses stop getting so weird? The only thing that is needed is for the people to be crime free, as in don't have a criminal record, and they are law abiding, tax paying citizens. That's it. That's it. We already said we don't have enough police in Jamaica to cover the ground. So you have to get the people involved in their own protection. All right. Honestly, to show stupid mistakes as a youth. Yeah, seems like I have to start walking around in body armor in Jamaica. I'm just in case and hope I don't get caught in my head or feet. It's weird. It's weird. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo. How you doing?
I'm good, family. How you doing this morning?
I'm good.
All right, talk to her.
Yeah, so these stories unfortunately are always very depressing. And make you feel disempowered at times. I think that as many of us who can get involved with the UIC, I don't see any other force that is trying to really make change on the ground, at least not that I'm aware of, that we can really pour into. Maybe some nonprofits. I know Bounty Killer is a nonprofit, and some of those nonprofit organizations.
Right.
But on a political level, I signed up to volunteer with them. You know what I mean? And I'm waiting for feedback on that. But let's really try and do something.
You signed up to volunteer with the UIC, and you're waiting on your feedback.
Did. Oh yes. No, I heard back from them, but I'm in the. We're in the.
Okay, the waiting period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Of the process of what will come next.
Okay. Awesome.
But just to sit there and watch the ship sink and not do nothing, and like, oh my God, look at the ship sink. We can't do that.
Can't.
We have to do something.
I agree.
Praying without works is dead.
Absolutely.
We love pray. We don't love works, because works take responsibility and accountability.
Absolutely.
And those of us who have ears to hear and eyes to see, we have to do something.
Amen.
I think that these laws are not really going to work because Jamaica is facing a moral decay, probably more rapidly than any other island. And it's sad to say, but when I look at, things that happen in the US and things that happen there, I've really come to the point where, in a very big way, I've lost faith in our melanated community. I have. I just kind of, almost kind of, you kind of just want to throw up your hand and say, I just, because
I get to that place. Yes, I get to that place too. It's so discouraging.
It is.
Yeah, it's like watching us not being able to do anything for ourselves. We can't unite, and come together for a worthy cause. It's like we can't. It's so much we can't. When in fact we can.
Right.
The solutions are not really hard.
Right, they're not. They're very basic.
And that's what makes it so depressing. The solutions are not really hard. But to see as a collective, the majority goes like in their own direction all the time and not really coming together to strengthen it, then okay, it's just a thought of a solution, but it's not going to work unless we can come together. It's disheartening.
I agree. And I realized that when we came out of slavery, an isolated people, right? Because Jamaica's isolated. Unsophisticated people. But though we were unsophisticated, we were a moral people. We were a religious people. And that's all we knew, and that's all we had, right? That part has melted away. Yes. The morality, the religion. So now we're just an unsophisticated group of people in a modern society.
That's bad.
Trying to play the modern game completely unequipped, spiritually, mentally, just community-wise, morally, everything.
Damn.
Trying to keep up with the Joneses. When I say the Joneses, I mean the world community.
Right.
America, modernism, Americanization, Western culture. You understand what I'm saying? Trends. Completely unequipped. And when I was a child, my mom would always say, "Bullet look and color look don't have the same look, are not the same." One man put his hand in the window and get a piece of cake. The other man put his hand in the window and get it chopped off. Bullet look and color look are not the same. We don't get that. We're still trying to be the same without the same resources and the same systems and the same foundation. And, I was listening to a report on Haiti, and I talk about Haiti a lot because I know a lot of people from Haiti, and I've studied Haiti. And I think anybody who really cares about Jamaica should study Haiti, not only because it's next door, but because how similar Jamaica and Haiti are to each other. We're the two most spiritually powerful nations in the Caribbean. Very powerful. Haiti's powerful spiritually. Jamaica, traditionally powerfully spiritually. We have Rasta come out of Jamaica and all that kind of stuff. And, religion and all that kind of stuff. We're the most rebellious groups of people when you talk about historical format. Yes. Historically, the most rebellious group of people. And the people who you would say who had the most possibility to be great, because we are great. Amen. But Haiti's in a place right now. You had a government official who came out and said, Haiti is ungovernable. A Haitian political official said Haiti is ungovernable. And that word ungovernable stick with me, and it hurt me because I was like, wow, I wish that the rest of the Caribbean was in a place where we had a standing army, our own countries independently were in such a good place where we have a standing army. And if anything is going on, we can deploy our army to that nation and stabilize it, but we're not in that position. So Haiti's going to be the sinking ship, and we're all going to watch. Remember, Haiti was the jewel of the Caribbean. Nobody knew nothing about Jamaica. True. It's Bob Marley who shined a light, who put Jamaica on the map. True. Okay? Haiti was the place people went for tourism and all that kind of stuff. Beautiful. And when the crime went up, tourism went down. And now, 40 years later, Haiti is ungovernable. Beware of omens. That, for me, a very, very strong omen. Decaying morality, decaying financials, lack of systems, and heavy dependence on one industry that you don't control.
Damn, that's tourism for Jamaica.
That's tourism for Jamaica.
Yeah, that's deep that you just said that.
Yeah. Yeah. Either my greatest fear is that one day somebody, a political leader in Jamaica, will come out one day and say, Jamaica is ungovernable. For them to get the point to say you're ungovernable, that means there's nothing that can be done. It's hopeless. Right. It's a banana republic. Right. And Jamaica is on their way, lock in step from Haiti. So either we're going to be in the position that Haitians find themselves where they can never go back home. Or we have to try and do something. Also here, we have to be better people. You talk a lot about the bad mind mentality. Yeah. All these things together chip away at the potential future Jamaica can have. It chips away at us collectively, spiritually. Facts. You understand what I'm saying? Facts. We're the type of people who would cut off our nose to eat meat. That is utter destruction. So, may God help us. That's all I have to say.
Before you go, let me say this. You're going to be such an asset to the UIC. I see it, man, and I hope it just rolls perfectly. I mean, nothing in life is perfect, but I hope it goes accordingly. That you're able to give, and I just hope that Mr. Patterson and the rest of them are paying attention and seeing all this. But you're going to be such an asset. I think I said to you before, like, why didn't you do a YouTube channel or something like that? Because no, man, you have a wealth of. It is your reasoning, it is your knowledge, the way you are able to put your info across, and it's just so much more to it. But leader is stamped all over you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
and you're going to be such an asset to UIC in whatever way they, they see that you can jump in and get stuff done. I appreciate you every single time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Man, that's that one person that when they call, you don't mind, like you could talk forever because, and that's been developed over a period of time. But yes, she's going to be such an asset. She's going to be such an asset. A mind like that can actually lead. If we had a mind like that in place with no obstacles, and I even think even with obstacles, she'll find a way around them obstacles. I could hear the sternness in her voice also. Like she's capable of being like, what? No, it's not a game. Move that. Let's get on to this. So and so. The ability to command, right? The ability to rule without being boisterous and disrespectful and all that other stuff. I see it. I see it for her. But listen, yeah, very Jane Ander, very, very. Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr says, the voice of reason. Draft me for your team when you're ready. We're going to call her the voice of reason from now on. Every time she calls in, I see that start coming up in the comment section. The voice of reason, the voice of reason. We're going to call her the voice of reason from now on. And her voice now is identifiable as soon as she calls in, don't? So, yes. But yes, man, there's so much going on that it's easy to look at all the frivolous stuff, you know what I'm saying? But these are the hard looks that we have to take every once in a while. Very uncomfortable to do these type of shows nowadays. I swear to you, I will not kid you. I thought about this all night. Should I actually do this? I pulled out my phone. I was like, let me go on Instagram and try to find like some funny videos and put some laughing into the thing and make it more about comedy and whatever. And then I just couldn't do it. I just got led straight to doing this because I had to. And we have to. We have to. It's hard to keep looking at it. It's hard to keep hearing these numbers, but we have to keep doing it. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, family.
Surprised I got in.
Really?
I was just listening to the young lady, and everything she stated is so factual.
Yes.
Okay, how do I put this? If we trace back, we'll see that the decay of the moral fiber kind of has a parallel relationship with the change in our diet. As the foreign processed food
started coming in,
flooded our population, you notice a gradual change in the psyche of the population.
That's very interesting.
Please be aware that the food that is being imported to certain populations have been weaponized. Again, please be mindful. We have to really take a look at producing our own food the traditional way. Because once the calcification of certain parts of your brain start to occur, your reasoning ability is altered. I'm not saying it's not reversible.
Right.
But a definite impact in behavior, your cognitive ability to connect with your spiritual or higher self. All right, that's one mention. The second mention about Haiti is by some government official calling Haiti ungovernable. Look at what is making that statement. It's the people who have been in power. can no longer exercise the power. The people that are rebelling are the indigenous who can't afford the processed foods. So they have to rely on the natural elements in their environment on a daily. They are in a spiritual war to claim their independence and their right to govern themselves. So it depends on the lens you're looking through when you observe what is going on and the cause. Why do you think the population of both islands have been purposely neglected by the governing bodies of those islands? And when you look at the governing bodies and who they're tied to, who they cater to, who it's over them, you will see a different set of elements in this game that they're playing. The ones that they demonize are usually the warriors. And usually these warriors have not been groomed to target the right source of destruction and damage. So they unleash their warrior spirit on anything and everything moving. This, for both islands, is deeply entrenched in spiritual warfare that has manifest in what you see. But I'm asking that everyone put on a new lens and don't just buy what you're told, but let your spirit, your heart, look through those lenses for truth. When did our collective population start to change in these unrecognizable entities? We're not teaching our children how to protect themselves spiritually. They go to school. They are attacked by energies and possessed by these energies. They do not use reasoning. They do not use compassion. These were things that were part of us as children, 3, 4, 5, 6 years before you start school. You knew what compassion was. You could reason and know what is right from wrong. What has caused that to stop? It is program destruction for both population, Jamaican and Haiti.
By design.
So please, by design, exactly. So please, as we move forward, learn to use multiple lenses when things are in front of you. Rarely is it as it appears. But get to the source. If the food is where the poisoning and the altering of our DNA started, and now we're littered with KFC and all these foreign processed things that are sometimes not even food. What looks like food is plastic and toxins that calcifies your pineal gland and completely destroy your endocrine system. Look deeper. The reason why we are naturally spiritual people on both islands are acting in such a chaotic way, because you know when the spirit is not guided, it is pure chaos. Thank you for letting me speak my piece.
I appreciate.
I wish that sister well. please ask her to use that third eye as she maneuvers through this domain, because the current governing entities are on the last leg. They know it, we know it. We're afraid to say it, but they're pulling out all the BS. What should I say? Word salads to work on us. It no longer work on us, and they know it, and they know their time is numbered. All we have to do is remember, we are over them. They serve us. We allow them to serve us, but we've forgotten that. They're in the places they're in because we allow it. And we voted, we vowed to follow them. It's time for you to take back your alignment, claim your independence, find your tribe, and move forward in that tribe-like mentality.
Powerful.
Okay? Tribe first. No one should govern you. You are spirit. Claim your spirituality. Claim your sovereignty. Claim your island. SouFLo, much love to you and the family.
I appreciate you.
So long, everyone.
Bless. Heavy. There's some powerful women out here, boy. Some of y'all are really in your God space or your goddess space, your goddess energy. There's some powerful, man. Imagine, right? Okay, check this out. The two women that just called in. Imagine if majority of our women had that mind state. Imagine if majority of our women had that mind state. From the two women that just called in. That's powerful. That's powerful. But you know, there's so much distractions around. I just saw one comment that says something about instant gratification or something like that. Accelerated gratification is creating the mayhem, right? Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Curse said it. Kaitai John Empress said it's all by design. We've had this discussion before, believe it or not. If you go back, there's nothing for me that was said in this that was new that we haven't covered already. We talked about how, because we were puzzled as to why. I haven't been on Earth that long. There are elders here still. My grandparents are, well, my granddad's still here on both sides. My mom's still here. My dad's still here. I'm here. You know, now I have children of my own. But I'm puzzled as in such a short period of time, how did this drastic change come about? And you're talking about the moral fiber of us. How did this drastic change come about? And we dived into all that, or dove into all that. It got to be in the food. It got to be here. It got to be there. And, you know, we spoke about all this stuff before. I even said, yo, a long time, the Rastaman them did a one way, because Capleton did say it a long time ago. Capleton has a song where he said something about the white man pray to Jesus, the something pray to Allah, this man, the Chinaman pray to Buddha, where's the black man God? And then he said something else about they will smuggle it through the drinks, beer, and through the food. And like they were warning us from a long time ago, right? It's not new, but we weren't paying attention. And these were the teachings that were being stifled. And the teachers who were actually teaching us real stuff to empower us were actually being silenced, or you know, them not get no radio play, or they won't get the spotlight and the front line because that's not the message they want us to have, kind of thing. So you have to go dig on search, and the more the message become more prominent is the more they got suppressed. And the more they drowned it out with, like what somebody just said, that instant gratification kind of stuff, lower self things, that accelerated gratification, as Mervyn the Point, Jamaica Kerr said, and all that. The distractions. Yes, Catsman, money, the distractions. The distractions. The distractions are there to have us feeling like I'm fine, I'm okay, it's all good, life is nice, right? We're heavily distracted. And then combine what these two sisters just said. There's nothing else I can add to that. Nothing else I can add to any of that. Just know, sir, if you are Jamaican in Jamaica or have the ability to be a part of the political process in Jamaica, even if you don't, even for those of us outside of Jamaica and for those who are so disconnected that you no longer have any reach into anything, you can still be a part of this. You know, the sister that called before this said she already signed up to be a volunteer for the UIC, and she's, they're in the process of figuring out like where she'll fit in and how they'll move forward. And I think she'll be a great asset. The rest of us need to get on board as well. I see it every day. I'm on social media because this is where I get my topics from, trending topics. You have to stay abreast with trending topics. You have to know what going right now around you kind of thing in order to facilitate a platform like this. So I see it. I see when the UIC posts stuff. I share some of the stuff. I see the attention that it gets, which is minimal. And then I see when other entities post stuff, whether it's frivolous stuff, propaganda, all kind of other stuff, and I see the amount of attention that gets. And I'm not gonna lie, it's worrying. It's worrying. It's like seeing a vehicle come through and you're like, this vehicle could actually take us to safety. But everybody is like, nah, I don't want to ride upon it because in a shiny and flashy and everything. May I wait for the shiny, flashy vehicle where the big money depend and you're watching that vehicle go. And that was the only vehicle that could have took us to safety. And we over here still waiting for one of these two to come back again. That's where I see that process at. But as much as we highlight the negative, we have to also step in and do what we can, because nothing beats trial but failure. Yeah? Nothing beats trial but failure. With that said, Brahma Wright says, I subscribed and I donated. I will see what area I can volunteer in. We need UIC people. Let us all get on board. We need something different because we can't continue with this. We can't continue with this. And let me voice this part right here. Probably shouldn't say it, but I feel like I need to say it. I'm worried. I'm worried that those of us who have a platform that try to empower the UIC through our platforms will also be targeted. I'm just going to leave that one right there. Think about it. Think about it. You heard what I just said? I'm worried that those of us who have a platform that try to empower the UIC will also be targeted. Think about it. All right. Don't let that go over your head. Really think about it. Let's change the topics, right? Because we have two more topics to go through this morning. But I want you to think about that. What we have now is what we've always had, is because that's the way whoever run things wants that to be by design, right? Anything that comes that upsets the status quo or threatens the status quo is going to be a problem. Anybody that tries to empower whatever vehicle it is that threatens the status quo is going to be a target. All right. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be a fight, but nothing good come easy. And you have to fight. Your ancestors fought for you, laid it down in blood. It's your turn to do your share to make sure that tomorrow looks better for ours, or else we will be a has-been. All right. Soldier 819 says, I know what you're saying, bro, but we can't do this in fear. We all have to be in one accord. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm reminding the audience, is that because I know people are out there thinking that. I'm thinking it. Others are thinking it too. So I had to say it. All right. Let's get into this other story, right? So a situation happened. See, let me say this before I go further. I don't want people to think that deportees are all bad people, because they're not. We're going to switch up a little bit and go on to another topic. I'm going to run through these two because it's already 8:33. Content sent on. When Norman Pedro Campbell was deported from Canada more than a decade ago, his sister Michelle Anne Marie Roach took him in. When he ran afoul of the local law earlier this year, she posted bail on his behalf. On Monday night, Campbell allegedly, they have to say allegedly, stabbed his sister to death, enraged by her threat to call the police after they were arguing and he was acting threatening. You see, family? On Tuesday, a messy trail of blood splattered bathed sections of the 4 steps leading into Roach's house where she had been slaughtered. The modest 3-bedroom structure doubles as a healing stream spiritual temple, a place of worship for the 56-year-old, whose neighbors referred to her as Archbishop Reverend, operated out of her home. Adjoined to the building are Campbell's quarters, that's her brother's quarters, painted in red, while Roach's section, the sister that got killed, painted in white. Her part was on the main structure. Now, according to the police, sometime after 11:30 p.m., late night, Monday, Roach, which is the female archbishop to some people, she was at home when she realized that there was no electricity in her section of the house. So she went outside and she spoke to her brother, Campbell. And it's alleged that during that altercation between them, Roach was stabbed several times. She was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. I don't know. The brutal slaying comes on the heel of Roshane Barnett, who is 21, who murdered his cousin and her 4 children in Cocoa Peace, Clarendon. And Wright herself had taken in her cousin as her mother was arguing. After that, he moved from Trelawney to get a fresh start, right? And she gave him that fresh start in life, and he repaid her by killing her and her children. So Barnett hacked his family to death, claiming that he was being disrespected and all this other stuff. A gruesome bloodbath, and he is now incarcerated. The pictures are here. I can't show them on YouTube, but I'm looking at the steps and looking at how much blood is in the place. I can't show them here. I'll get in trouble for it. You can go to www.jamaicaobserver.com. Jamaica Observer has the pictures and the whole story. So on Tuesday, sensibilities were again offended when news broke of Roach's murder. Her youngest son, Emile, Trey, as he's called, Roach is his last name, said that his mother and his uncle had never gotten into a fight before. That's weird. The story is not that they fight all the time. Had never gotten into a fight before, according to her son. Them never have no feud before, so me not understand this. My mother just say a simple thing to him about the light. Unless she go call the police. And from she said that, him just attack her in the dark. in the dark. Him deal with her wicked. When me see my mother and how she look, me feel it. Me not sleep last night. Whole night me I wonder if it actually real, says the 23-year-old. It's like from them deport him, it get to him head, said one neighbor who asked, please don't show my identity, but from them deport him, it get to him head. Sometimes me see him, I thump down all the wall them, and I just a pace up and down, up and down. It's just a sad day, me not lie. Him shouldn't do a thing like that to him sister, added a man who gave his name as Fire. Now Roach's family has been left to pick up the pieces. My mother is my heart, as she protect me. If she said to me, Trey, don't go road today because things are going to happen to you, me just listen and me stay home because I see him where it go. Over the years, as she guide me, he said. Now remember, outside of the home, his mom is known to many in the community as a spiritual leader. So some people might call it obia, some people might say whatever else. But if his mom is telling him, yo, me say this, I go happen, don't go. Him listen and him don't go, and things happen. So he's saying that his mom is like his guide. Sharing that his father just died months before he was born, Emil said that right now, I don't know how me I gonna manage. Sad. Kurt says, and the stigma of being a deportee, no matter the reason, will take another hit after this. Absolutely. Randy says, an angry and debased nation. Logic to Jamaica says, this is just sad. He had been deteriorating for a while. Nobody paid attention to it. You see him march up and down, pacing. You see him thump down the wall them. Something wrong. We've gotten to the place where we're no longer a community. And because we're no longer a community, individuals in the community will continue to suffer. Understand? We've gotten to the place where we're no longer a community. Me grew up in a community. Well, for the little time that I was in Jamaica out of my life, it was a community. It's still a community today. Everybody did care about each other. Everybody cared about each other's family member. If something wrong, them go get help. They don't just sit around and talk about it and say, Lord, look past so and so, brother, where they deport. We do already. They deport. Watch him over there, so they then deport. See boy, I lose his mind. Mad, smaddy. Come and thump on the wall up there, so. We will go get help. Different times now. And because we've moved away from who we are, the whole community has suffered. Eric McFarlane says it's not safe to have unsecured incident scenes until the forensic team and the cleanup crew is done. People and their pets should not have contact with blood, brains, or any flesh. I extend deep sympathies. So he's saying that because, as I said, the pictures show him splash out him sister. There's no other way to put it. I can't imagine my sister, who I never had a fight with before. This is my bona fide sister. I call her and say, yo, sis, say them all dip me. I'm getting deported. She's like, no worry, bro. Come on in. We don't have much here, but what we have, we can share, and you'll be all right. Offer you love, offer you comfort, offer you hope. Because deportation is rough for some people. They have to start life all over again. They have to leave behind everything that they thought they were building or they were building. They have to cut ties. Most people who get deported, they never see the people who they were connected to ever again. Very few people are going to go jump on a plane to come find you and look for you and spend time with you because you were such good friends. So they have to cut ties from that life and then know somewhere totally different which is underdeveloped, especially if you've been in a well-developed place, it's rough. It can take a toll on the mind. However, he had all of the above. He had love. He had comfort. You know, his headspace wasn't good. I don't know excuse for what he did either, because he couldn't have been that mad. He got deported 10 years ago, so he couldn't have been that off. There are no stories of him hurting anybody else in the community throughout the years after his deportation, but it was a steady decline that took a whole decade. See, the Saint, like, people leave crazy comments like, this is a good example of when you have known criminals in your family that nobody knows why this man was deported. But then again, I want to know why he was deported. Was he deported for violent crimes overseas? You know, I don't know. Is a streak that he always had? I don't know. Or did he just go overseas and overstay his time? A lot of deportees went overseas and they overstayed their time, and that's it. They were caught working illegally and living there illegally, and them get arrested, held, and sent back. That's not a violent person. The one them what we need to worry about are the ones, I'm getting to this, that's a problem. Watch the solution. The ones we need to worry about, though, are the ones who were in US prisons and Canada prison and England prison. They were on psych medication. They were controlled. They were extremely violent. And them just put them on a plane and send them come Jamaica. They didn't send them with a follow-up to their medication. They didn't send them with a background follow-up as to all the things this person has been involved in, all the medications this person has been on. These medications are needed to stabilize this person, all this other stuff. Remember when I told y'all, everybody says, SouFLo, the Jamaican government take these deportees because they get money. That money is supposed to be used to help these deportees reintegrate back into Jamaica. And remember when I said them need to build a state-of-the-art prison, but it's not really a prison, but it's like a holding area for anybody who is deported into Jamaica. And they should be divided into, okay, violent people go this way, they're housed over there. If your crime was violent and that's why you were deported, you're housed over there. If you spent time in prison in foreign country, you're housed over there. For those who just simply got caught because them overstayed them wherever, you're housed here. For those who just left and got caught and are back already, you're over here. They will probably be the more quicker releases. Them just get catch. Them are grown people. They understand how Jamaica work. They understand how to go get their papers properly to get a job. They understand how to get on their feet, how the place run. Those who've been away for a long time, they're going to need a whole lot of help coming back in. There's people that are coming in with diseases that are not being checked. Man are coming in full-blown AIDS. Him about to come sex down the place and spread it all over. Depression is a hell of a thing. You see, I like how them people that deport me, I'm not even telling nobody that I have AIDS, You see, for the first couple of months when I get deported, I look fresh. I look like I'm a foreigner. Just go on next parish, trick a few gal. Yeah, man, I just fly in, I soon fly out. Crutches everywhere. Unprotected sex everywhere. I try to kill as many gal and people as I can. These things happen. So these people need to be monitored differently. Who's coming in with what? Who's coming in hepatitis? Who's coming in AIDS? Who's coming in this, that, and the other? Who's coming in with psych issues that need to be monitored, not just leg out in the community to deteriorate and then murder citizens? So that building that I'm speaking about, I've been speaking about that. Just like how I've been speaking about CCTVs everywhere with a central monitoring point. These are solutions that can actually be put in place by the government and can be ran to the benefit of the country. And until they do it, we're going to continue to have these problems, right? So this won't be the last deportee kill family members kind of story I go here. There'll be more. There'll be more. Deportee involved in this crime, that crime, and the other crime. There'll be more. And again, the stigma that is attached to deportee and deportation, I don't want everyone go away thinking that everybody that is deported is a violent criminal, because it's not so. There's quite a few Jamaicans who were deported, who got back to Jamaica, who got on their feet, and who are doing extremely well. Some of them are doing so good, they're like, man, I don't even know why I left in the first place. So don't go away thinking that all deportees are the same. So as soon as you hear deportee, you're like, move from me, criminal. It's not so. But I do think that we need that processing center. Let's not call it a prison, because if you call it prison, nobody no want to go there. That processing center. In that processing center, it could be a big complex. They could house people who have nowhere to go. Some of these people, when they land, them don't have nobody to pick them up, They don't have nowhere to go. They don't know where their next meal come from. Who you think? What you think they're about to do next? If she's a female, she about to sell pum pum, or she about to hook up with some gunman or some crew. If it's a male, gangs are waiting for him. That's who they're gonna use to go, hey, give my gun. Yeah, sell him pan of work. Go rob over there, so go kill that one there. So obviously that's a big issue. Sad story. Sad that her life ended like that. It's a wicked way for any life, but that's how life go. And I don't want to attach this to it, but like my granny always said though, sometimes when you see people getting flogged publicly, it's for stuff that they did privately. Me don't know the woman, but R.I.P. That's her. See? My condolences goes out to the youth. And mommy still look young and fresh and thing. It's a horrible way to lose a parent. I can't imagine me seeing my mom like that. I'll probably lose my mind. But it happened. Some people get enraged when they are deprived of the life they used to live and they don't have it anymore, says BM. Yeah. Some people also are people that are entitled. Them have this feeling like them entitled to stuff. And you must do for them. Yeah, and the minute that you don't, then you are an enemy that deserve death. Believe it or not. And sometimes it's people that are closest to you that are like that. Right? With that said, our last story for the morning now is another heartbreaking story, but I'm more concerned about his mother's reaction. So, the body of a 12-year-old student, Broughton District in Westmoreland, was found hanging from an apple tree on Tuesday. He is Laron Jurek, otherwise called Juju. Juju is a student of the Little London Primary School in the parish. Candine Palmer, the boy's mother, told the Star that the child was rude towards one of his cousins. You have to hear Juju's story. And then you're going to see his mom. She said that her son was being rude to one of his cousins on Monday in the afternoon. So she scolded him. And then she ordered him to go to his cousin's house and apologize. But I'd like to know what him do to the cousin. I would like to know what does she call scolding? Because some parents are very abusive, and what they call scolding is not scolding, it's abuse. You beat that child over the head with your frying pan is not scolding that. You take out the extension wire and beat the picnic and bust up his skin and wheel him up. It's not scolding that. Although we get some of them lick there when we grew up still enough. What did he do or say to his cousin that you had to send him back up at the cousin house? I don't know. My family wouldn't send me gone all the way on my cousin. I'm a cousin. Where I send me go on my cousin house for? Is this an adult? Because sometimes you have adult cousins, and you're a child. Anyway, the mom said that he was being that way to his cousin. So she scolded him and sent him back up there to go apologize. Hours later, the little boy could not be found. And after she inquired from the cousin, where is he at? She was told that he did not show up to apologize. The mother said that she got worried after he did not come home that night. 12 years old. So she went to the Little London police station and she filed a report. She was sent into shock the next morning, minutes after she walked from her house to fetch a bucket of water, and she saw her 12-year-old body hanging from a branch of an apple tree in the rear of her yard. She raised an alarm, of course, and then the police came, were summoned, and they arrived at the scene and they processed the body, removed them to the morgue, and all these other things. Interesting statistic I found was that on average, 3 teenagers commit suicide in Jamaica per year, on average. Now, that's not a big number, but for such a small country, it is an alarming number. I don't know about you, but something struck me weird about this case. Michelle Howell says looks weird. And then she called him again in the morning after he was found. She reported the night before. She called him again in the morning. She gave her little speech, right? And the little speech that she gave, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I consider myself to be a good judge of character. I don't really watch words. I more watch body language and delivery. And I watch for some other stuff. When I watched his mom talk to the star, I didn't see no like emotional connection. And I know people grieve differently, but me not see no emotional connection like for someone that just lost their child, especially you being the first one to see him in that condition, you know? She sounds shake, and this Jamaica who sleeps with a 12-year-old hasn't returned home. Angel of mine, what y'all say? I don't know, something to add up to this. But this is from the Star, and I want everybody to know that, and I want the Star to know that. So there's no plagiarism issues. I'm using this purely for discussion's sake. All right, under the Fair Use Act. I'm not stealing your material or anything. It's not mine. Your watermark is on it anyways. So people can also go over to the Star and get the story again. Here we go.
Father wasn't in his life and
Listen.
taking a lot. So I believe that every father should play a role in their child's life. That this what happened at the father. You know, this what happened at the father making happen. Remember one time I said my grandfather when he was much younger, he spent Christmas and he come down before the time and I said he was school. Teacher called me say he was ready to do and cut up your hand. Or when I'm at home to a dead now, I have to send over there and he came home with a couple marks on his hand and I asked him, why did he say, he never did come down from my father. His father is a father like this, he's not responsive, he's not responsible. What do you call it? Responsible? He's not responsible to keep the child. You understand? So we have to keep him and do everything. So me, there's no every child need their father in their life. Every father for their child play a role in their fitness life. Yeah, man. Alright, his father wasn't in his life and it affected him a lot. So I believe that every father should play a role in their child's life. That this what happened at the father. Yeah, man. this will happen and the father make it happen. Remember one time I sent him up my father when he was much younger, it was very Christmas, and he come down before the time and I sent him go to school. Teacher called me say he use radar gaze and cut up your hand. And when I'm my uncle with dead now, I have to send him over there and he came home with a couple mark on his hand and I asked him why do it, and he said he never ready to come down from my father. But father is a father like this.
He never ready to come from the father.
What do you call it?
Responsible.
He's not responsible to keep the child. You understand? So we have to keep him and do anything. So me, there's no every child need their father in a day life. Every father for their child play a role in their fitness life. Yeah, man. Alright, his father was.
I found that very telling. Okay? I found that very telling, very interesting. I don't know if I'm me alone. Let me check out some of them comment here. Nicola Coleman says she's playing the blame game. Why is she blaming the father? Sean Cassell says. Annette Henry says, what the father have to do with it? She cuss him, that him worthless like him father. We're going to talk about that. Hold on there. Soldier 819 says, heartless mama this. You can see it. You can see it. Nicola Coleman says she's playing the babe game. Annette Henry says she's pissing me off. Jane Ander, setting a stage for what? Your concerns is misdirected. Brummel Wright, you give him some responsible pum pum. Yeah. Lulu Ridges, she has a real problem. Michelle Howell says, bush have ears and wall have ears. The sun and the moon are witnesses from above. What are those hand gestures? Why is she so focused on the father? You're messy. All right. She started out by saying the father wasn't in his life, right? She remember one time she sent him to stay with his father and he never want to come back to her yard. Him cut up himself. She sent her uncle go get him. And the uncle came and got him and brought him back to her. And when him come, she asked him, why you cut up yourself like that? Him said, because he wasn't ready to leave his father's house yet. Now, you know how children stay already. If children not good with one parent and them have the weekend with the parent there, them can't wait to go back to mommy yard. See? So the fact that he was cutting up himself to not come back to your house actually says a lot. But if you let people talk and you don't say nothing, then you can dissect after they're done speaking. See? Your child will cut up himself knowing he have to come back to your yard. No picnic will cut up himself to stay where they're hurt or stay where they normally do that as a last outcry for please don't take me back over there. And then nothing a nice aguan over there. See? The fact that she blames a father that was never there is something else. I was doing a look of research and there was a study done in Jamaica. I think I gave it to you guys already though. That majority of the crimes that are committed in Jamaica are committed by, majority of serious crimes that are committed in Jamaica, by both male and female, are committed by people who, and it's in the high 90% range, are committed by people who come from homes where the father is absent. So if you still want to argue about the importance of a father. But let me tell you this though. Two things here. I tell the men, right? Stay around for your children because you knew at some point that some of these women that you had children with were mad smuddy. You knew it. The pum pum did good, but it was a mad gal. See? So now you can't handle her no more, you gotta run. But you're running and you're leaving a child to deal with her. The child can't process it like how you could, my friend. So now you've committed yourself. You should commit yourself to being somewhere close by to save the picnic. Because the picnic gonna need your saving. See, some of these women, right, they run away good fathers purposely. She's trying to make a point. I've seen this all the time. Woman, I try to make her point. And she not business if she sacrifice her children happiness, mash up house, everything have to go as long as her point is made. Pardon my language, fuck the kids. Fuck their happiness. My point must go across. See? I know nothing you can go on. Me find them one stepfather. As you can look at her and see, she's fairly young, right? And when they're fairly young, they normally think that way. More man out there for me. Me say, what's your name that down the road? She have 4 picnic and she find new man. So me know me can't find new man too. Or if they come from a mom that has multiple children by multiple different men, remember that's your first teacher, right? So she automatically thinks, I could do that too. It's doable. It's not something that's frowned upon, and it's doable. Of course, they'll start off with, I'll just be by myself. That's a lie, because you're not going to end a relationship and go into a monastery and go be a nun. You'll go on man again. And usually your children suffer because most of them lack the capacity to think this through and to say, let me put these children first. Their needs come before their children. Children have to deal with it. In most step-parent places, in most step-parent situations, nobody consulted the children. You like my partner? Are you guys getting along good? What do you think if they move in with us? No, some people just wake up a man moving at the house. Yeah, mom, I know you were dating so-and-so, but is he living here now? I seen him brought all his stuff over. Yeah, he's living here now. He's going to help mommy pay the bills and help me out around the house. And so the kids, them just have to just haul and pull up and just adjust. See? Another thing that they do is, you remember them beating you? You see how you look like you're thinking, dirty, nasty daddy. Every time you look upon you, you sick my stomach because you remind me of your dirty papa. That. Or when bills are pile up and I kill them. Who in the fridge again? Why you open the fridge? You know, say I send up my light bill and you're dirty thinking broke daddy now and give me nothing for help with none of the bills them round you. That's heavy pressure for a child. You know what I'm saying? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning. Let me put you back on speaker. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good. Good morning. How you doing?
I just had to call. I had to call and let you know that.
You're not coming across clearly for us.
Am I clear?
Yes. Did you have us on speaker or Bluetooth? You got to take us off those.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it up Bluetooth. Okay, I'm calling to let you know the father's posted pictures on Facebook.
The father posted pictures on Facebook.
Yeah, and he says the child was actually being abused.
And he said what?
The child was being abused.
The child was being abused.
The child was.
Yes, the father posted pictures and said the child was being abused.
Yes, he posted a picture of the child hanging, by the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So, I didn't go to Facebook to look at it, but that's what's out there.
Okay. See what I'm saying? Okay. Thank you. I'm going to go look it up. I'll find it. If you can, send me the link. If you find it before me, send me the link. Anybody who finds it before me, send me the link. But I'm going to go look it up too.
Okay. I'm not on Facebook. I was on another program and they were showing and talking about it. Mm-hmm. But I chose not to look at that because it's too much for me.
All right. Yeah, I know.
But your instincts are bang on. I just wanted to call and let you know.
All right, family. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right. Take care, my friend.
All right. You too now.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So like I was saying, some of these women don't love their children. They don't love the children because those children were never children that they wanted. They wanted the man and they wanted whatever was going on at the time with the man. And they thought the children would have been a nice addition. And in the event that we do stay together, then this can last. But if things change, then take your damn children or your child. Now you can't leave me stuck with this baby. Every time I look on the baby, I see your face. I can't stand the boy and all kind of. This is real. This is a real dynamic. You understand? When them fall out of love with the man, them fall out of love with the children too. A beer abuse your picnic I go get. You hear me? Beer abuse your picnic I go get. Short-tempered with your child. treating your child like a grown person that they're upset with. Your poor child trying to figure out what's going on and you're missing from the equation. The child can't call upon you for little help. The child don't have no other soft shoulder to lean on. Them have to just endure all this roughness. That picnic never get up and kill himself just so. And she's out here putting out a narrative that he's always been suicidal. Well, I wonder why. I wonder why. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. Men, you have to stick around. I don't care if you don't like that girl no more. You have to stick around. Don't stick around as in you don't have to be in the same house, but you have to know where your kids are at. You have to show up regularly and you have to know what's going on with them. You know, sometimes you can be with somebody for years and you don't know the true person, right? Because people are good at faking. But one thing that, like Bob Marley said, I'm going to say it again. Bob Marley said, you can fake you or this new persona for years, right? But eventually, all that is going to strip off and the real you is going to come back out. So it's, in a sense, sometimes, and even a relationship where it's vice versa, and it's like man with woman. Sometimes a woman meet a man and she think he's a good man. He's the love of her life. He's such a shining light and all this, vice versa. But in this particular case, may I talk about woman. And you think you have the best thing smoking. And then they get tired, naturally get tired of faking, and the real them start to come out. And when you thought you were with a hardworking person, now you find somebody that sit on whole day upon them cell phone, and you're like, damn, I thought we were going somewhere. Thought we were going to work hard, build stuff together, look forward to longevity. You lazy as hell. It's annoying. You find yourself, I do all the work, and they don't care what you say. You know, the true self starts to reveal itself. Sometimes it takes a long time and you've been tricked. But that's life. That's how life goes. It's not your fault that someone was deceptive to you. It might be your fault that you jumped in too quickly. But I mean, how long can you court somebody for? You know? If somebody are willing for fake for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, that's kind of hard to dodge. So you have children in the process or a child in the process. And then that when the real her come out, you out. But your child is left there to deal with what you left there. So you're a mess to the man them. You put the child in that situation, them, my friend. Yeah? So you have to stay around to help the child deal with that situation there. If he was the kind of person that stayed around, visited his child on a regular basis, me I strip down my child and me I look all over his body. If me see any kind of welts and bumps and bruises, somebody have to answer for that. If it keeps on repeating itself, we're going to Child Protective Services. I'm fighting for full custody. All that other stuff, you have to be present. These children's life depend on it. You see it? Something wrong in this case, something wrong in the other case that went on the other day. Remember the other case that I said, I don't feel, with the little girl and her father and the man, which was a friend, which turned an enemy because no, look like the man molest the child and the little girl, and then the father find out and the father go to fight him and report this to police, and the man say, if you report it, me I tell them, say, you a molest her too, because she tell me, say, you I touch her in a them place, they molest her too, and then the little girl end up dead. You see, these with the house that burned down with the kids in it, and I was saying them three, it's two, was it 3 boys and 1 girl, or 2 boys and 1 girl? I don't remember, but something like that. And I'm like, healthy, active children, them, and it's not like it's some big house with 10 different rooms and a maze to go through. If fire start, me chuck out of the window. There's no grill upon the house. It look like a board dwelling. And all of them just burning there, so. And the statement that the grandmother made, if I did so, why you never just carry them come gimme? These two cases, I'm gonna stay upon them two cases here. If I'm totally wrong, then may those parents that are watching understand that I'm an advocate for the children. See? So tighten up your stuff and don't waste your energy being mad at me. And that's the way I gonna left that. Hey Munchie, come here, mommy. A long time them to see you. Come show off. Come give me love up. Can I get some love up? No love up for daddy? You want to come say hi, Papa? Say hi.
Hi.
Oh, now you want to come say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Say, look at my beautiful hair. Say hi, mommy.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, mommy.
Oh.
I'm growing fast. Say hi, Papa.
Hi.
Kai tall enough. Not true. You're a tall boy?
Yeah.
I'm tall and skinny. Well, his daddy is 6'5", so I think he might take that. And all his brothers are over 6 feet too, so is our next 6 footer.
That's
This.
correct.
I don't know if you're gonna be so tall, Mama.
No, monkey.
Jumping on the bed. Daddy about to end this live right now. You want to say bye to these people? There's a lot of people on here watching you.
Bye.
Say bye.
Bye.
Aww. Bye, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning right here. God spare my life.
Bye.
But we're going to keep a close eye on these two cases, right?
Bye.
Especially them two cases here. Something don't sit right with me about the one with the 3 kids, or the kids that in the house were born up, and something don't sit right with me with this one. Something wrong. We'll leave it there, sir. Walk good, be good to each other, be good to yourself. God bless. See you later. Peace.